So, hope you're having a nice day today. And on this nice day, we are going to start with a very basic foundational concept of economics, and that is demand. So, you demand a motorcycle, you demand a TV, you demand school education, you demand higher education, you demand health services, you demand. Anything that comes with the purchasing power. You go to the market and you ask for whatever is your demand. So demand is your wants, which are converted into money, and you going with that money in the market and making that purchase is demand. Okay. So now, what is the law of demand? So think about this now. That you wanted to buy a pen, and so you go in the market with 10 rupees in your pocket, and you are going to be buying one pen. Turns out that because of whatever reasons, the prices of all the pens have increased, and the minimum price for which a pen is available is now 20 rupees. You have only 10 rupees on your pocket, so you come back. You did not buy the thing because the price increased. As price increased, you decided to decrease your demand. Okay. So similarly, if you had decided with your father that you and your sister, both of you would be getting a two-wheeler, and when you go in the market to buy the two-wheeler that you wanted, you find that actually because of recession, all the prices have gone down, and for the price that you were ready to pay, you are now able to get a better motorcycle, or you will be able to get not just two motorbikes but something else also with that money. So you will be buying all of those things, and so you would have more than two motorbike. More than two-wheelers, and you would have bought something else also with it. So your demand for goods increased when prices declined. Okay, and this is a law. This is something which is true across the world, across generations, across cultures, across everything. When prices increase, demand decreases. When prices decrease, demand increases. So, all across the world, this is true. Ask yourself also. More often than not, you would find that this is your behavior. I mean, at times it happens that your need is so dire that even if the prices have increased, you are not going to be decreasing your demand, which happens with, say, higher education. That even if the fees are increased, you will still study, you will not study. So there are certain things for which your demand is what is called inelastic, where you would not decrease your demand so easily. But still, you might actually decrease it if it actually becomes very difficult for you to afford it, So there are so many poor families who want to send their children to college, but by the time the children become of that age, they find that they do not have enough money to send them to college. So when the prices or the fees keep on increasing, it might be possible that the demand by the poor for the higher education is declining. Whenever prices increase, demand decreases. Okay, so the law of demand is stated like this: other things remaining the same, when prices increase, demand decreases, and when prices decrease, demand increases. Remember, the ulta is not true. That when demand increases, the prices will decrease. No, we are talking about just one-way relationship. When prices increase, demand decreases. When prices decrease, demand increases. Something like that. So it is a one-way relationship. It is a negative relationship, and the negative relationship is something which is going to be making, if you try to make the equation, then the relationship will always have that negative sign assigned with it. Now, this is true not just for individuals, this law of demand. This is true for market also. So when prices increase in the market, the total demand for that product decreases in the market. Okay, so the market demand also decreases. What is market demand? Market demand is the demand which is made by all the individuals who are customers in that market. They increase or decrease their demand, and they constitute what is called market demand. So market demand increases when prices decrease. How? So when prices are decreasing, so of course the existing customers would feel that, oh, now I can buy more. So as I said, somebody had gone to buy one motorbike and will come back with two motorbikes saying that, yeah, now I can buy more. So the existing customers will demand more when prices decrease. But some other people who thought before that they cannot afford this would now come into the market saying that, oh, with this price, actually I can buy it. So market demand increases when prices decrease because the existing customers will demand more, and some people who were not in the market enter the market and they start demanding. That is how market demand increases as price decreases. And similar thing happens if price increases. If price increases, then there are people who are existing over there who would now demand lesser. And some people would say, I just cannot demand this anymore, and they would leave the market. So people leave the market and people demand less, hence market demand falls when prices increase. And when people are demanding, and when prices increase, then people are demanding lesser as far as the existing customers are concerned, and they leave the thing. So if we look at the curve, then the market demand curve is going to be looking like this. It is a negatively sloping curve. Now this negatively sloping curve can be a straight line or it can be a curvature. When I am teaching you economics and when all the economics textbooks teach you economics, they always use the straight line. And this is not because the actual demand curve looks like this. The actual demand curve not only would look like this, it might not even be continuous because demand is not like infinitely defined. So you have just some points in the demand curve. But we use this because mathematically it's far easier for us to deal with demand curve when it is a straight line. So this is the line that theoretically you will use to understand economics, but it is not necessarily the real demand curve as such. Okay, so we understood this much. Now, and as I said, this is individual demand curve, and even the market demand curve would have the negative sign and negative slope. Now, just as we had done in production possibility frontier, what happens? No, not what happens. First, I said that law of demand says other things remaining the same, prices, when prices decrease, demand increases, and vice versa. Okay, so this other things remaining the same. What are these other things and what do they do? So if other things do not remain the same, then what would happen is your demand curve will actually shift. So what are these other things which are going to make the demand curve shift up and down? So income is one. So if my income increases, my demand for almost everything is going to increase with it. So my demand curve is going to shift upwards. Similarly, when my income decreases, I will have to now save because I would not be able to afford things. So my curve will shift down. Similarly, taste. I used to like tea before, now I drink more of coffee. Or I used to like coffee before, now I drink more of tea. So if I'm drinking more of tea, then my demand curve will shift upwards. If I'm drinking less tea and more coffee, then my demand curve for tea will shift down. My tastes have changed. Prices have not changed. My tastes have changed. And so whenever other things than prices change, your demand curve will shift up and down accordingly. So now think about it as far as natural calamities are concerned. When the natural calamities occur, people lose a lot of their resources, lot of their income, wealth, etc. So what will happen to their demand curve? It will decrease. Yes. Okay. And what if technology improves and I am going to the market to demand a mobile phone which was 3G when 4G is already there? So when I come to know that 4G is already there, my demand for 3G is going to decline. So demand curve for 3G will shift down even if the prices have remained the same, because now people do not want 3G, now they want 4G. So this is the demand curve for 3G, and it will go down because the 4G technology has already come to the market. Whenever other things do not remain the same, demand curves shift. Have you understood this? Yes? Okay. So I think with this, I will stop today's session. And in the next session, we are going to be talking about supply and then how prices are determined. And that is the time when I will also tell you why prices are on the y-axis and not on the x-axis. We'll discuss all of this in the next class. Thanks.